Guys, welcome to my channel. Today it is foundation featured and I am doing a new drugstore launch. It is the Revlon Colorstay Full Coverage Foundation. I feel like there is a mixed bag of reviews out there, so I am going to test it for myself, see what I think. I've always been a fan of that Revlon, the Colorstay in the jar, the whipped one. I used to wear that a lot, like 10 years ago. And I've heard that this is replacing that, or, you know, yeah. So also this kind of reminds me of the L'Oreal, the infallible and the matte, the full cover one. So let's see if it fulfills its promises. Up to 24-hour wear, no caking or fading, lightweight, blends seamlessly. So full coverage, lightweight, seamless, right, okay. So the ingredients on this are Beautypedia approved. They get a 5-star rating, so we love that. No fragrance, no alcohols, nothing to worry about. The color scheme is very difficult to pick because you can't see the bottle, you can't see the product through the bottle, so you have to guess. And it's a little problematic because, I feel like sometimes things can look normal, like, oh, that's gonna work for me, and then it's way too light, or you think it's gonna be okay, and then it turns out it kind of oxidizes, or it's just, yeah. So I guessed, and I got shade 220 natural beige. I did a little test swatch on my neck, and I think we're good. I think we're good. I mean, the Becca foundation last week was like, oh my God, I looked just like death when I was putting it on. And then it worked once all the bronzer and stuff was on top of it. But wow, one of you guys was like, you look like you came up from the grave. And I totally get that. I do. So hopefully I won't look like that with this. So it is 12 shades. It's a whole shade range from light to dark. You get an ounce in a tube. So let's go for it. I've got my Maylove sunscreen on, no primer. Let's do Beauty Blender on the right side. Let's do 10 buck brush on the left. This is basically a $10 version of the Sigma F80. Okay, so it comes out creamy, thick, not like thick, but thick, it doesn't drip. It's $13.99 at Ulta. It varies in price. I think Rite Aid, oh, I can't remember which Rite Aid or Walgreens has Revlon buy one, get one half off right now. Yeah, so we are going in. Looks pretty good. I mean, color, shade-wise. Probably, I mean, it's sort of weird because it does look like it doesn't quite match my chest, but also I think if I went any darker, maybe it's too dark. This is what bronzer's for. So, I mean, it's covering, right? It's actually not as much coverage as maybe it's advertised, like full cover and matte. Like, definitely we've seen other products more full coverage, more matte. Not that that's a bad thing. I'm just in comparison to CoverGirl, Fenty, Becca. This is pretty mild, which is not bad. Like, sometimes we don't need too much makeup-y makeup. Okay, let's do brush now. A little more. It's a slightly different application. Once again, looks a little more concentrated. Also kind of brings out the pink. You know how there's like a pink undertone? I find that a lot with Revlon. And it's like sort of this grayish pink undertone. So the brush application kind of changes that. I'm getting my nose this time, people. Oh, I always forget my nose. Okay. So, I mean, you kind of look at it and go, it's really, there's not much there, But I would think we agree that my face looks better with it on than before, right? I mean, there is some improvement happening here, but it doesn't have that kind of holy coverage Batman, you know, like, wow, it's pretty natural. And I bet you that's why some people are like, excuse me, what's happening here? I feel like people just need that thick opaque layer of makeup to feel that they've accomplished something. And I actually kind of don't mind just my face looking like my face, but smoother and more even. Oh, anyway. Okay. So it's fine. It feels fine. It's not very matte. It's just kind of comfortable. I think both sides have pretty much evened out in terms of sponge versus brush. It looks the same to me. Have I gotten all the areas of my face evenly? Gotten my neck. So it's kind of good. The proof is in the pudding as the day wears on. Let's do some concealer. Let's do some Wander Beauty concealer. Let's do I picked out my Makeup Revolution, the lace powder. I thought, oh, I haven't seen you in a while. Let's do some setting. Whoa, hello. When you wear a black t-shirt and then you just fluff powder all over the place. Yeah, that does sound good. So here we are, powdered everything. I mean, I think everything looks nice. I will say though, this is not full coverage. So if you're expecting something really heavy duty, this is not it. But it's still a very nice foundation so far. It has just a very nice natural look to it, but I feel like my flaws are covered. I'm satisfied. I feel like I'm not wearing a mask, and it is giving me a good even coverage, so it's not going into the lines or doing anything weird for my expression areas. So I'm gonna finish my makeup. I'm actually gonna do my hair, change my shirt, that kind of thing, and you'll see me in my full glory here in just a second. Well, I am back, and you know, so far so good. Ooh, that's some highlight right there. I am wearing the Physicians Formula Butter Highlighter in Pearl. And that is like significant. So everything went on nicely. Everything, you saw me put on powder and stuff, but in terms of bronzer, highlighter, everything worked. It didn't do anything weird. I think I like this. This is a really good natural finish. I just think it doesn't fulfill the claims for full coverage. I mean, I do feel coverage, but I don't think it's full coverage. So if you want something like, I'm trying to think of, you know, even like Estee Lauder Devil Wear or Marc Jacobs, you know, I mean, those, Kat Von D, like those are full coverage, and this isn't that, but it's nice. So let's pretend it just is medium coverage on the packaging and go from there. And I am going to give it 6 to 8 hours of wear. We're gonna see how it breaks down, how it handles shine and all that good stuff. And if I look somewhat decent 8 hours from now without any touch-ups whatsoever. So I will see you then. Hey you guys, okay, so it has been, it has been 8 hours. Honestly, I am really impressed with this foundation. I don't know what other channels have been saying about it. I haven't really seen their reviews. Some of the thumbnails lead me to believe that maybe people aren't that thrilled with it. But this really lasted. It stayed nice on the skin. Like, it's not so broken. I don't see it broken down. I don't see it in my pores. It doesn't have that kind of cakey appearance. And I mean, I am not an oily skin, but this definitely, I'm more of a normal skin, but I don't have any oil breakthrough. I'm pretty impressed, actually. Remember, it wasn't the heaviest coverage or fullest coverage, but for a moderate to full coverage, I think it's good. I do. It did not oxidize. I think it's pretty good. It does remind me of that Colorstay, that whipped foundation that was in the jar. Totally reminds me of that. And I'm glad they put it in a tube. Jars aren't really good. So yeah, so not bad. Not bad. I'm trying to look and see if, I mean, my pores, it's not bad. It's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. It feels really comfortable. I don't feel like, oh, look at me, I'm like too cakey. Like, the Becca felt really thick. So if you want coverage that's not thick, this one's a winner. Yeah, so let's hear it for drugstore. Okay, well, there you go, you guys. I hope you are subscribed to my channel. I hope you have clicked that notification bell, because doggone it, it's important. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know what you think. Let me know if it looks to you as good as I think it looks to me. And give me a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Bye.